Hi Verse, it's me the Angel Man here today to give you guys another video. Welcome back to Verse News. Now I am going to be doing somewhat of a reaction video, but I'm also going to be talking about the subject here, which is the fact that Will Smith at the Oscars. Yes, this has finally came back after what happened 4 months ago, by the way. Everybody went viral about that clip of Will Smith approaching Chris Rock, slapping him in front of everybody just because of the fact that Jada didn't like the joke that he made. Instead of Will kind of maybe just speaking out about it, he had to literally approach Chris and smack him to prove a point.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And the biggest criticism about this whole thing was the fact that everybody was like, over Jada? You know, whether you like her or not, like, it wasn't worth it, right? Like, especially since Jada didn't even try to do anything. I'm gonna go more into about it later, but I want to watch the video first because everybody came out about this. It came out on Will Smith's social media. It came about this on news, ABC, all this other stuff. And I found the video. It's only 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. And it's called, "My Behavior Was Unacceptable. Will Smith addresses Oscar slap, apologizing to Chris Rock." So, we got it from a post on social media, and now we're gonna finally get it on video. I can't wait to react to it. I can't wait to give you guys my thoughts on it, and I can't wait to see what it is he has to say. He's already said some things, right? But I don't know. Let's just see what has occurred. I wonder if Chris Rock will be a part of it. I don't know. But I definitely have a lot to say about a lot of what happened around that situation. So, with that said though, Verse, let's get to it. Oh man, I'm blind. Alright, here we go. So, let's see what Will Smith has to say in person about the situation. Here we go. It's been a minute. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. Okay.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
Why are you talking so slow?
I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable.
You think?
And I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment.
Of course, it was worldwide.
And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.
I don't... I'm not going to pause it a lot, but I laugh at this because of the fact that after the Oscars, he went to an after party. He was celebrating. He was dancing. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to believe that. I think he feels like that now, obviously. You know, that's why he's apologizing, that's why he's addressing it. But after the party, he didn't seem like he gave a shit. He was up there dancing with the Oscar in his hand, so I don't know. If he was saying right now, that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I don't know, because immediately when he said that, I was thinking about that. I was like, wasn't there a video of him dancing at an after party, right? Like, if it didn't bother him, so I don't know, you know. But it's still too soon. Let's see what else he has to say. We're like barely halfway.
There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm gonna say sorry to my kids and
what are you apologizing to them for?
For the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, you know, this is a community.
Okay, I get part of what he's saying. Yeah, like he brought attention to his family in the wrong way. I understand that aspect, but but the problem here is that they escalated it too. That's the thing. Oh man, Jada put more on her because of the fact that, for one, she didn't really respond to anything. She didn't even try to stop it. If anything, she posted a post on Instagram saying that this is a time for healing and recuperating or something like that, and I was like, you know, this is all because of you. You could have told Will no or stopped him. You just sat there. So I don't know why the fuck you would post something like that. Like, you could have did something. You could have told him, Will, no. Even if he didn't listen, at least people would have gave you credit for saying, hey, at least you tried to stop him. Like, you can't blame Jada on that one. You didn't do anything. Like, what are you talking about? And then his son, what's his name? Jaden Smith, right? That's his name? He posted a post on Twitter saying that's how we do it. They did that to themselves. So, yeah, at first, yeah, it was because of Will. But then afterwards, Jada added in a post, then his son added in a post. So if there was any extra attention, they did that to themselves. I could see why. Immediately before watching this video, I should have said this too. There was a lot of criticism towards this video. It's understanding so far from what I'm hearing. I get it. But it's also a lot of like, you can't help it to be like, that's not true. That's not true, because you did this afterwards and you were doing that. I wanted to wait till after, but I can't help it because just hearing that, I'm like, no. Jaden talks so much shit. He gets on my nerve. I can't take anything that boy says seriously. That stupid ass song. And then you know, Jada, oh my god, again, all this over Jada. No, especially after what she did to him. Like, that's why you're kind of like, all this over Jada? Like, in a way I get it, because that's still your wife, but after what she did, because she wasn't loyal, you know, you're kind of like, was it really worth it? That's just where I'm coming from, but okay, there's still more.
It's like, I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. Mm-hmm. I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know, it's like, I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
Yeah, you admitted it. Yeah.
What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down.
I mean, okay, I understand.
So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is, I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake And I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Okay, yeah, so let's talk about it, Verse. So, my thoughts on the situation of Will Smith answering some questions addressing the slap, which is what a lot of people are calling it. I want to start out with something that I do like and then some things that I obviously do not agree with. I definitely do see that Will Smith clearly realized that he fucked up majorly. Clearly. What he did it on national television and it was live. That's the thing. He did that to Chris and he was right, especially when he said that I understand that what I did was confusing, it was this and that, and I was like, no, yeah, it was confusing because everybody thought it was a part of the show. Everybody thought that that slap was part of like a skit or something, you know, because that's what people who host shows try to do, you know. As soon as that audio muted here in America, I was like, wait, like what's going on? Why did you mute it? I was like, what happened, right? So that's the only thing I hated. I was like, why? Ugh. It's censored here, but everywhere else it's like it doesn't matter. I hate that. But that's just me. As soon as they muted it, I was like, oh no, like something did happen. Especially when you look at the audience, like they were making reaction, right? Like their faces were like, oh. So you couldn't help it to be like, oh, something went down. What happened? It's safe to say that Will Smith does feel guilty, clearly. He feels terrible about what's going on. He regrets the fact that he did that he brought some attention to his family. I'm not gonna deny that part. Yeah, he definitely brought some attention. Sure. Because, you know, Jada, Jaden, his daughter, they're all out there, you know, they're all on social media, they're all doing their own things. But like I said earlier, we're being honest. They brought some extra attention to themselves. No one's gonna deny that. There's no way you can deny that, okay? Jada is getting so much criticism because of the fact that, for one, she didn't know how to handle a joke. And then two, when Will Smith went up there, she didn't even try to stop him. She was just like, yeah, he did that. She didn't try to do anything. You know, that's something where people were like, okay, well, if you didn't like the fact that Will Smith did that, or if you knew what he was doing was wrong, why didn't you say anything to him? Why? You were just like, it's okay. Like, you could tell that's what she was doing. And then his son, if anything, he approved with his dad, then it was like, that's how we do it. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up. You know, like, that's what I'm saying. They brought extra heat to themselves. So I don't really know where, I brought all this attention to them. I'm like, no, they did that. They added on to it. Another thing that he talks about here is the fact that Chris, yeah, he tried to apparently reach out to Chris. Chris was like, I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't blame him. I completely understand why. He needs to process it. You can definitely tell that Chris wants to give a really good response to Will. If they do a sit down, I'm going to do a reaction video to that for sure, because I want to see what Chris Rock has to say. And then, you know, Will Smith, he made it harder for comedians. Now, people literally had this impression that now if they ever feel offended in any way, they can just mistreat a comedian. Comedians are just getting hella mistreated nowadays. And I felt bad about that because it's like they're just going out there telling jokes, and that's hard. It's not easy being a comedian. It's not hard trying to make people laugh. You know, sometimes it works and sometimes it just doesn't. And when it doesn't, you can't help but to be like, man, I don't want to be up here, right? It sucks. I understand that. People, unfortunately, are just easily influenced, you know what I mean? People just do the dumbest shit just for the dumbest reasons, and you can't help but to be like, oh my god, like, did you really believe that? You know, like, you question, did you really believe that? When it comes down to this video in general, yeah, Will Smith definitely feels guilty. I would have appreciated if he said, I feel guilty now after some realization, because I know at first I didn't really care. He says that he felt that he blacked out to him, and then in the speech he did apologize, but he apologized to everybody besides Chris Rock. And then again, the after party. That's why I couldn't help it. I was like, you were at an after party, you were dancing with that Oscar in your hand. So I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't agree with what he was saying here. That's why I was like, no. You didn't realize this until after you were hearing Backlash. That's for sure. Like, I think he knew people were gonna talk about what occurred, but no, he didn't realize the amount of backlash that was gonna come towards Will. And if anything, he increased Chris Rock's tour because a lot of tickets were being sold because they wanted to hear it from his own mouth, like what was gonna be said. And no, yeah, I didn't really think about that either. The fact that Chris Rock's family was watching, his mom, Chris's brother, and I forgot about the fact that yeah, that they all know each other. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little awkward. So you gotta talk to the bro and be like, and to the mom especially, if he actually does do that, and be like, I know I slapped your son on TV. Yeah, that was my fault. And then just for the hell of it, I even heard a conspiracy theory, and I didn't think about this. This was interesting. This just came across like a month after this happened, where people were talking about the slap. Supposedly somebody said they think that it was an initiation, that it was part of a ceremony for him to be part of the Illuminati. And I was like, you know what, maybe, you know, because like I said, I'm a conspiracy theorist, you know, I like to do some videos about that here and there. And for those of you that don't know, I guess it's well known that if you're going to be initiated into the Illuminati, one of the biggest things that you have to do is to humiliate yourself in public. That's actually something that you have to do. That's one of the terms. So for Will Smith, who smacked the shit out of Chris Rock in front of everybody and get major backlash, I mean, it makes sense in a way, but I doubt it. You can take it like seriously or not, but I'm just saying that's just what I heard. I mean, and it does make sense, but if you are someone who's into conspiracy theories or creepypastas or whatever, you're kind of like, oh, you can't help it if you know about that stuff. But no, yeah, here, I definitely think it's going to be a matter of time before Jada talks about it, you know, in her red table. I'm kind of curious to know what she's going to say too, because she's getting a lot of criticism, obviously. I think it's safe to say no matter what she says, unless it's genuine, and if it's not honest, she's going to get a lot of backlash. I'm already waiting for it. You can definitely tell that they were waiting for things to die down, and it has a little bit for sure. It definitely has died down, but now that it's going to come back, already there's a lot of criticism towards Will. There's definitely going to be a lot of criticism towards Jada, and if Jaden comes up, I already know there's going to be a lot of criticism towards him because he didn't even neglect it. He was just like, no, yeah, we did that. I guess it just depends on your perspective of how you see them. That's for sure. Chris Rock. So that dude, man, again, I got to give credit to Chris Rock for him just taking it. He didn't try to punch or do anything. He just took it and he went right back into doing his job. That's a professional. Absolutely. So credit to Chris Rock for doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Will Smith was right about another thing. You know, he stole the moment from whoever won that award of the documentary section. Because you can tell when they were going on about whoever won that award, I could definitely tell you nobody gave a shit about who won. Because everybody was just like, oh, yeah, so was that real? Did Will really just smack Chris Rock? Oh, that was a joke. Like... But yeah, first, that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like what Will Smith said? Do you guys disagree with anything that he said? Let me know. I'd be happy to hear. Well, with that said, though, so you guys like what you saw to me, favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification for more content as always. Look forward to the next video. And with that said, though, have an awesome day. Later, verse.